Enjoy this story. Title: My girlfriend's fake breakup left me reeling and seeking help. A week ago, we were at my place, happily watching shows and chatting, when something suddenly changed in her demeanor. She walked over and simply said, "I'm leaving." I was baffled and asked what she meant. She replied that I knew why, but I was completely clueless. Upon further pressing, she mentioned it just seemed like the right thing to do. I felt flustered and asked what was wrong, but she sat there silently, staring at her phone and only speaking to give me updates about when her ride would arrive. I stopped pressing and just waited, feeling the same burning hot sensation and difficulty breathing that I experienced when my dog died. All of a sudden, she put down her phone and exclaimed that she had changed her mind. When I asked what that was about, she giggled almost playfully and said she just wanted to edge a breakup. That was the final straw for me, and I ended things right there. She immediately regretted it and asked me to reconsider. This wasn't the first time something like this had happened. Early in our relationship, she ghosted me for a while, explaining later that she had an impulsive habit of doing such things. I overlooked it back then because we had just started dating, and I thought it was a one-time occurrence. She explained that she often acted impulsively due to stress or mood swings, but she always reassured me that she never meant to hurt me. Over the months, we built what I thought was a strong and loving relationship. We shared many great moments, went on memorable trips, and supported each other through tough times. I truly believed we were building a future together. But incidents like these chipped away at my trust. Each time she acted impulsively, I felt a mix of confusion and hurt, but I chose to forgive and move forward. However, this latest incident was different. The abruptness and lack of explanation left me feeling blindsided. It wasn't just a moment of impulsiveness, it felt like a deliberate attempt to test my boundaries and emotions. Her playful giggle and the term "edge a breakup" felt like a slap in the face. It made me question her sincerity and the foundation of our relationship. After she left, I was left sitting in my living room, staring at the walls, trying to make sense of what had just happened. I replayed the events in my mind, searching for any signs or clues that could explain her behavior. But no matter how much I thought about it, I couldn't find any justification for her actions. For the next few days, I went through a whirlwind of emotions. Anger, sadness, confusion, and a deep sense of betrayal consumed me. I couldn't eat or sleep properly, and my mind was constantly racing. The memories of our good times together made it even harder to accept what had happened. I kept questioning myself, was I too harsh? Should I have given her another chance? In the midst of this emotional turmoil, I realized that I needed to take a step back and evaluate the relationship objectively. It was clear that her impulsive actions were causing me significant distress, and I couldn't continue to live in a state of constant uncertainty. Trust is a fundamental aspect of any relationship, and once it's broken, it's incredibly difficult to rebuild. I haven't spoken to her since that night, except to arrange the return of our belongings. She seemed distraught and hurt when we last spoke, and part of me felt a pang of guilt for ending things so abruptly. But I also knew that I couldn't keep subjecting myself to this emotional roller coaster. Am I going too far? She seemed genuinely remorseful and didn't want to break up. I want her back so badly, but I don't know if I can trust her again. It's making me sick, and I miss her so much. Update. I've been struggling with sleep, but I wanted to provide an update and answer some questions. Here's what's been happening since my original post. After our breakup, I went to pick up my things. She texted me, asking if our time apart had given me a chance to reflect on the relationship and said she needed closure. If she didn't hear from me, she suggested we should go our separate ways. We had a short phone call, and I told her my trust was completely broken. I was on the fence about breaking it off, but I returned home to grab some of her clothes to exchange. Feeling overwhelmed and tearful, I tried to call friends for support, but no one answered. So, I pushed through and met up with her. The exchange was awkward. She thrust a bag of my clothes toward me, grabbed her stuff, and abruptly walked off. I called her and asked if she even wanted to talk. She admitted it was rude and we both ended up in tears, clearly hurting. She sat in the passenger seat for a minute and asked if there was any chance we could be together again. We both cried as she explained that she had talked to a friend and a sibling, both of whom told her she deserved the breakup because she had done similar things to them. She pointed out the good times we had spent together over the past 6 months and asked if it meant nothing. It meant everything to me. I sat there crying and told her that it couldn't be fixed. If I took her back, I'd be enabling her behavior. For us to reconcile, this breakup had to happen, or the relationship would continue on a toxic path. She awkwardly asked if I really thought she would do it again and admitted she didn't have much ground to stand on with that comment. I'm sad and still love her, but I'm devastated to have her leave my life. She didn't want to hurt me, but as I explained earlier, I was primed by a parent for that kind of manipulation. If I were in a stronger place, I might have taken her back. But I have a dying uncle to care for, and it's been a few years since I was hospitalized for severe depression and suicidal thoughts. I still struggle with these issues, along with insomnia. For my own sanity, I had to leave because I'm already in a place where I struggle to trust and interpret people's actions. We told each other that we loved each other one last time, and that was it. I drove home and didn't sleep. For the past week, I've been very depressed. I haven't slept well and have been dealing with emotions from living with my mother. The night my girlfriend tried to edge a breakup, she told me she hated men. She was upset about comments on her Instagram, feeling like an object. This brought back painful memories of my mother, who was abusive and unpredictable. My mother would terrorize my father and then turn her anger towards my brother and me. She got involved with a heroin addict, and their behavior made my home life unbearable. Living through that abuse and gaslighting has left me maladaptive and antisocial. When I meet someone who is interested in me, I get attached, even if they treat me poorly. I struggle to know when someone is being kind or condescending. The memories and feelings from my childhood flashed before my eyes, making me feel like I was stuck in a nightmare. When my ex smiled at me like my mother did when she knew she was messing with my head, I felt sick. I'm still trying to get a therapist and a psychiatrist. I've been burnt before and can't seem to fix myself. I envy those who can easily take to therapy and medication. I feel like a failure at recovering and getting my life together. This week, I had small breakdowns and flashbacks. I tried going to a club with friends but ended up getting too drunk and sad. My friends found me crying outside and called me an Uber. I felt embarrassed and wished they had just left me alone. I know they care, but I can't feel it. I want their affection but feel angry and frustrated when they show it. I'm struggling to find the strength to seek support. It all feels insurmountable. That's my update. If anyone knows of resources or steps I can take to deal with this, would appreciate it. I need all the help I can get right now.